Beginning this week, climb aboard the happiest ship on the ocean for all new cruises with your favorite stars.
I'd enjoy that.
On the Love Boat. And later, stay tuned for more Love in Your Afternoon with the romance of Ryan's Hope, the drama of All My Children, the power and passion of One Life to Live, the suspense of General Hospital, and the intrigue of The Edge of Night. It's romance and laughter on the high seas in the morning and love in the afternoon, weekdays.
The People's Court, today at 4:30.
Hi, Nancy.
Oh, hi, honey. I didn't expect you so soon. Mr. Campbell.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, I'm sorry to barge in on you on such short notice,
No, no,
Mrs.
no.
Carr. I see we've interrupted something, too.
Oh, please don't worry about it. I'm just editing a feature, but it isn't due until tomorrow, so I have plenty of time. Please.
Sit down, David.
Thank you.
Oh, can I get you something? I have some fresh coffee, or would you
No.
prefer a drink?
No, really, I'm fine. Thank you. And I promise we won't stay long. That is, no longer than it takes to enlist your help.
Oh, all right. How may I help?
Well, it's connected with the Devereaux case.
I see. Well, I'll do anything I can. I must say, with a case as sensitive as this, I feel somewhat flattered that you've invited me into the inner circle.
You began the circle, Nancy, when you pegged George Foley as a phony agent.
Yeah, that's true. Without you, we might never have suspected we had a problem of these proportions.
In a way, David, I'm sure you wish you didn't know.
Well, we do, and we have to solve it. And you can help us, Mrs. Carr.
Well, how?
Well, Mike has told you what we know about Ian Devereaux.
Yes, and he has sworn me to secrecy about it.
And you can be sure she can be trusted, David.
Oh, I'm sure of that, just as I'm sure that Ian Devereaux is going to keep his own secrets. Unless we have an ally in his camp, someone who can follow his trail.
A trail we hope will be able to lead us to this phone book.
Now, obviously, it should be someone who can observe him at close range, you might say.
You mean close, emotional range?
Yes, to someone he trusts implicitly.
Are you talking about Raven?
Yes, Mrs. Carr, Raven Alexander. Now, we've learned that Devereaux has formed, very quickly, it seems, an attachment to the lady. And that is an attachment which could be very useful to us. But there's just one problem.
What's that?
She turned us down. She refused to go along with it.
Oh, you mean you've already approached her?
Yes, Derek and I met her at the hotel this morning. Although we didn't give her many details of the situation.
Your husband doesn't seem to have the same faith in her discretion as he has in yours.
But her objection wasn't based on details. Her objection was based on the fact that she has decided to stop seeing Ian Devereaux.
Oh, really? That doesn't sound like Raven.
Well, she didn't give any reasons for it, but apparently she was very definite. And if she stops seeing Devereaux, that's the end of our plan.
And that's where you come in, Nancy. You may be one of the few people in the world who can change Raven's mind.
Coming. Well, Mr. Devereaux.
Good afternoon, Mr. Varney.
Pleasant surprise to see you here. Come in, please.
Thank you.
Is Mr. Whitney expecting you?
No, as a matter of fact, I must apologize for dropping by unannounced, but I was hoping I could have a word with Sky. Is he about?
Well, he isn't at the moment, but I'm expecting him shortly. Perhaps you'd like to wait in the living room.
Well, thank you. Well, this is a lovely old house, isn't it?
Yes, very.
Just as I pictured Sky Whitney's surroundings to be. Oh, but I'd almost forgotten. They were created by someone else, weren't they? Someone called Jefferson Brown.
The Edge of Night is brought to you by Lemon Fresh Joy. For a Lemon Fresh clean, right down to the shine. And by Tide. The extra action in Tide means dirt can't hide.
14, 34, height! How far do we moms have to go to see our team clean? All the way to Tide Country!
Where 11 boys of our home team defend a field of muddy green. They're fumbling all around, can't seem to get a touchdown.
And an extra action team needs an extra action Tide.
Mom, she knows the score.
My Tide's tackled this mess before.
So go ahead and sludge them, splatter them, splotch them, clean your spot. Tide gets it clean. Tide's America's favorite. From cocoa to mud, Tide will tough clean it. You've just seen it. Now here's that winning side. Same clothes, same team, red, white, and clean with extra action Tide.
Tide Country!
Claim your spot, Tide gets it clean.
My dishes are so beautiful they shine without towel drying.
Dishes shine, really shine. And we don't have to try!
Before I discovered
We discovered New Lemon Fresh Joy.
I had to dry.
Because with other leading brands would usually get spots.
Not with New Joy.
Only our New Joy leaves dishes practically spot-free.
Beautiful. And without a towel.
Fact is, other leading brands can dry leaving spots. New Joy's unique anti-spotting formula lets dishes dry practically spot-free, down to the shine.
That's beautiful.
Without a towel.
We've discovered a whole new way to shine.
Try new Lemon Fresh Joy for a beautiful shine, without a towel.
Let me put it this way, Mrs. Carr. We don't know any other way of finding out how much Ian Devereaux knows about this very vital document that's on the loose.
One thing is for sure. He knows a great deal more than we do. He may be the bird dog we need to lead us to it.
And you can't just take him into custody.
At this point, we have no evidence of wrongdoing.
Well, he's operated in Europe with impunity for years. And even if we cooked up some charges against him here, at this point, we would just be thwarting ourselves.
Yeah, I see what you mean. I mean, he's much more valuable to you if he's free, active.
Only if we have a way to keep tabs on him.
And that would be Raven.
If Raven consents to it.
Not the nicest job in the world, is it? Gaining somebody's trust and then betraying it.
We always think of the motive, Mrs. Carr.
Well, I don't always subscribe to the idea that the end justifies the means, Mr. Cameron.
It's back to Mr. Cameron.
No, please. Don't misunderstand. I'm not unsympathetic. I know that what you're doing is important. I know that you have to think of the consequences if that man should ever get his hands on that phone book.
That's what we want Raven to understand.
So now you want me to try to get her to see that?
Yes, that's the idea.
I don't think you know that lady. If ever there were a strong-minded woman.
No, we gathered that from Mike's report this morning.
Honey, don't you think that Geraldine is much more qualified to use her influence on her?
I don't think so, Nancy. Of course, Raven has great affection for Geraldine. But how many times through the years have we seen Raven do exactly the opposite of what Geraldine advises, if only to be perverse?
Besides, I really think the inner circle is wide enough. Frankly, we don't want anyone else aware of the situation.
You know that she respects you, Nancy, more than anyone she knows.
Oh, honey, to urge her to spy on somebody.
Right now, we want to urge her just to see the man.
Did she say anything about why she stopped seeing or what? Did they have a quarrel?
If I can venture a guess, I think we saw the answer this morning.
So what?
When we were entering the hotel, Sky Whitney was leaving. Now we know that Raven is really after Sky. And apparently she's willing to make sacrifices to get him. The question now is, will she make another sacrifice for her country?
I'll invite her to dinner, okay?
Monstrous thing to happen to Sky. Can you imagine the incredible arrogance of this man Brown, thinking he could get away with it?
He did get away with it.
They're going through the hell of plastic surgery. Impersonating a man he thought was dead, taking his name and identity, even living in his own house. The whole thing's absolutely appalling.
Well, I can tell you that Skylar was very frustrated for a time. There was actually a few moments when I thought he might go off the deep end, Ian.
God, who could have blamed him? You know, it's an appalling thing to contemplate. But if Sky hadn't survived that plane crash in Switzerland, this chap Brown would have got away with everything.
Yes, he might have.
you think that he fooled everybody in Monticello? Including Mrs. Saxon?
Yes, I'm afraid so.
Not to mention Raven Alexander, his own wife.
Well, for a time, at least.
But who was this magician Brown? Did you know him?
Yes, I did. I worked here in the house for him. Actually, I was waiting for him to give himself away, but he never did.
Never. Not even one mistake.
Well, he began to get very nervous, very careless, just before they left for Switzerland. I think he was planning Raven's demise there, since she was the only one who knew his real identity.
I see. And as it turned out, he was the one who died.
Yes. And that's when Schuyler returned to claim what was rightfully his.
I hear he had a devil of a time doing that. You must admit, this fellow Brown, he must be some sort of an evil genius.
He was very evil.
I hear there's a chance he might even have been involved in some espionage.
Well, I wouldn't know about that, Ian, but nothing about him surprises me.
It's a frightening thought, though, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Excuse me for a moment. Whitney residence? Oh, Schuyler. Listen, Ian Devereaux is here. Uh-huh. Yes, I will. Ian, Schuyler can't come home immediately, but he hopes you'll be able to join him for dinner tonight, here at the house.
Fine. Ask him what time.
What time, Schuyler? 8 o'clock? Very good. Yes, I'll tell him. Goodbye. He said to tell you that he'd be delighted that you can join him.
Good. I shall look forward to that. And I won't take up any more of your time. I enjoyed our little chat.
Thank you, Ian. I did as well. I expect we'll see you around 8 o'clock.
I'm just looking for my keys.
Our housekeeper, Miss Fulton, Mr. Devereaux.
How do you do?
Miss Fulton. Well, I'll be off. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Nora, there were some household things delivered today. You can put them away. They're in the kitchen. And tell Wilhelmina that Mr. Whitney is expecting a guest for dinner.
A lady?
It's none of your business.
I already know who it is.
Yes, I'll bet you do.
I want to talk to you.
Well, what is it?
I want to know just exactly when you intend to fire me.
I think Chicago colds are the hardest cold to kick in the whole world.
St. Louis cold is a miserable cold.
I don't know which seems to get worse, the headache, the stuffiness, or the soreness from the runny nose.
A Minneapolis cold is rotten.
To prove how tough Alka-Seltzer Plus cold medicine is, we took on the toughest cold cities in America.
I have never used a product that's worked as good as Alka-Seltzer Plus.
I was totally relieved when I used the Alka-Seltzer Plus.
And it works fast.
Alka-Seltzer Plus cold medicine for tough winter colds.
Dad still comes in to help every day, no matter what. But when I saw he was having problems with his eyes, we went right to the Pearl Vision Center. I knew the doctor would check his eyes right. And you know, that made me feel better. After years of looking to those eyes for strength, I sure couldn't trust him to just anyone.
Nobody cares for eyes more than Pearl.
What's the matter, huh? You never heard of Halloween? Trick or treat.
Okay, Cliff.
Oh, you guessed me. Hey, what do 9 out of 10 doctors recommend for boredom, listlessness, that run-down feeling? Well, we have everything in here for what ails you, except, of course, me. We have flowers to cheer up the most cheerless hospital rooms. We have, a coloring book to pass the time of day. And we have a script for you. We have crayons for the coloring book. We have a comb for the dinosaur. We have candy from Halloween to overcome the hospital food.
Oh, boy.
And last but not least, we have sexy red underthings.
And what is this for?
I think you know.
Cliff, you are so crazy. I love you.
I love you, too. How you feel?
I'm okay.
Okay. Doctor said you'd be 100%. I think you'd do better than okay.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's just...
Yeah, I know. You're upset that you're not going to live your lifelong dream of appearing on a professional stage.
Came pretty close, didn't I?
I know you're disappointed, but believe me, your chance in the spotlight's going to come. Have faith.
Mm-hmm.
Look, besides, there are other things a woman can do besides have an acting career.
Cliff.
Have you thought about marriage?
You're kidding.
No, I'm serious, Mitzi. You don't have to give up your acting career, but well, at least you have another interest in life. Besides, I've seen all the movies in town.
So, do you have anybody in mind?
Well, unfortunately, Al Pacino is spoken for several times. I think you ought to have somebody who's ambitious and young, honest, kind, good-looking, brown-haired. I think you need a lawyer, lady.
You're so sweet. It's just that right now I think you'd say about anything to cheer me up. Even a proposal. I don't want you feeling that sorry for me, okay?
Hey, I am not feeling sorry for you. You know, in this bargain that I'm striking here, you're going to get me in the deal.
You know who I really feel sorry for? It's Jim Diedrichson.
Jim, why?
Well, all his dreams for the Whitney Theater have gone down the drain. I mean, he can't even open next week because of me.
I like that. I come in here and I propose to you, and you go on talking about Jim and that stupid theater. Well, Jim's going to do fine. He's going to open right on schedule.
What do you mean he's going to open on schedule?
Well, Mitzi... Here, I've shown you this one. Watch. At no time will my fingers leave my hand. Ready? Ta-da! I can do it backwards, too. Ta-da!
I know I'm not beautiful and intelligent. I know I'm making an awful fool of myself, and I don't even care. It doesn't matter that I've been in love with you for as long as I can remember. If I can have just this one night, that's all I care about. That's all.
That's great, Janie.
Thanks.
Well, you certainly haven't lost your touch since the first production.
You know, I've been away from this part for a year, and the lines are still with me.
Thank heavens. You know, we would have been in a real spot if you hadn't been available. You know, we lost both of our actresses within a week.
I'm just glad I could be here. How's Miss Martin doing?
She's recovering okay, slowly. It's going to be some time before she gets back on the stage.
What a rotten break. You know, this is a weird business. You feel so guilty about profiting from somebody else's heartache, but at the same time, you're so grateful for work.
Don't feel guilty. It's the nature of the business.
Mr. Wiley, when is the next full cast rehearsal?
In the morning. Now, we're only going to have 2 more rehearsals before the opening.
What do you think? Can I make it?
With flying colors.
Miss Walker, do you have any plans for dinner?
No, I'm new in these parts.
Well, would you like to join me and some of the other cast members for dinner?
Yes, I'd like that very much.
Great. Would you like to join us, Kevin?
Oh, no, Jim. You go on ahead. I've got to work on some blocking. I've got some more homework to do before the rehearsal tomorrow.
What time is rehearsal tomorrow?
10 a.m.
Okay, I'll be there. Letter perfect, I hope.
Ta-ta. Bye.
Hello.
May I help you?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just looking, really. I met Mr. Whitney the other night, and he said I could drop by any time. Have I chosen a bad time?
No, not at all.
We'll bet we can get you to try new enriched Wondra. Just because it comes in a different package that says new on it, that's no reason. What if I told you that new Wondra is enriched with 11 emollients? And clinical testing with dermatologists proved new Enriched Wondra is better than ever at helping your rough, dry skin heal itself. Watch. Your skin is constantly losing moisture, but new Enriched Wondra has even richer emollients than before, so it holds in more of your own moisture, and that helps your skin heal itself naturally. But the best way for you to know how much better it works is to try it. New Enriched Wondra helps your rough, dry skin heal itself better. It really does.
Joe, look what I bought for Joey.
Oh, honey. Couldn't you have got him a football or something?
Isn't he a little young for that?
No, of course. Isn't he a little young for this?
That's new Secret for me.
Oh, wait, you've already got some.
Old Secret. This is new improved Secret spray. And now with 2 quarterbacks around, I'll need it.
Yeah. Well, what's it going to do besides help keep you dry?
Keep me drier. Look, Secret's new spray is concentrated.
Concentrated, huh? Sounds strong.
Yep, works even better.
Oh, let me try it.
Oh, honey, it's still for women. Smell.
Oh, it's pretty.
Not like a guy.
Yeah, but if it's strong...
Sorry.
New improved Secret. Stronger to keep women even drier.
Too bad Joey can't use Secret.
Why?
He really needs something to keep him dry.
Oh.
I'm Gavin Wiley.
And I'm Camilla Devereaux. How do you do?
So, Sky Whitney told you to drop in.
Yes, I met him at a dinner party the other night. He's good friends with my brother, Ian Devereaux.
I see. Well, I'm sorry there isn't much more for you to look at except for an empty stage.
Oh, I just came to breathe the atmosphere.
Are you interested in the theater?
Yes, I'm a real theater buff.
Oh, you want to be an actress? You're certainly pretty enough to be one.
Well, thank you. No, nothing like that. Once upon a time, I had ambitions as a playwright, but I'm afraid they were just ambitions. I've never had anything produced.
Well, then you should meet the producer of our company, Jim Diedrichson. You see, right now, we're taking road company packages because we can't afford to finance a new and untried play.
Oh, I see.
But if we are as successful as we hope to be, I'm sure we'll be looking for new plays to produce.
I'd never have the nerve to show anything I've written to someone.
Well, I don't know, Miss Devereaux. You might have a Lillian Hellman lurking in there somewhere. Create another new Little Foxes. Well, you don't know unless you try.
It's very nice of you to be so encouraging. Well, please, I've taken too much of your time already. I know you're busy. But could you suggest a good restaurant in town? I'd like a quiet meal by myself.
Well, sure, there's Sid's Tavern on Meeker Street. But I can't promise that you'll be alone for very long. It's a very friendly place.
Well, that sounds like just what I need. A stranger in town.
So long.
Bye.
I know that the 2 of you are plotting against me.
No one's plotting anything, Nora. It's very straightforward. As soon as I can find a replacement, you're fired.
Gunther wants me out of here. Would you like to know the reason?
No, and I don't care. All I know is that my worst fears about you came true. You're a liar, you're a snoop, and you're almost the very best, Nora.
You're afraid I'll tell someone about you and Mrs. Bowie.
I've got news for you, Nora. Nobody cares.
I'm warning you, Spencer. If you do this to me, you'll regret it. You don't want me as an enemy. It might be unhealthy.
Nora, I've always known you were a little unhealthy. I'll be in the kitchen having some lunch if there's any calls.
All right, Spencer, my dear. What was it I overheard you discussing with Mr. Whitney the other day? Something about overseas bribes? This is it. Whitney Machine Tool. Dear Mr. Whitney, first of all, I want to express my deep concern over the recent accusations lodged against the company, which I discussed on the phone with Mr. Varney. I want you to know that I personally never authorized the actions now ascribed to 2 of my subordinates. Regretfully, the bribes were made on behalf of the company and in your name. Romance can take you many places, but only so far. Beautiful as it is, it has limits.
But desire starts where romance leaves off and bursts into something beyond. Something Silhouette Books now captures in a startling new series about love. Silhouette Desire. Beyond romance, where the possibilities are limited only by your imagination. Silhouette Desire.
Order in the court.
Take hold.
No cough drops. I need cough medicine.
Hold is cough medicine.
I can taste the medicine.
Hold is better than cough drops. Hold has dextromethorphan, the same strong medicine as leading cough syrups, to fight coughs up to 4 hours.
And so, ladies and gentlemen of the jury...
Your verdict?
Hold is strong cough medicine. Hardly coughed in 4 hours.
Hold and Children's Hold, better than leading cough drops.
On General Hospital, Luke keeps up his desperate search for stolen money and for love.
When are you going to forget him?
Never.
I'll ask you that again when he's dead.
General Hospital, weekdays.
David Cameron is in a bind with the Devereaux case, but I don't think he realizes what he's asking. Raven is about as controllable as a hurricane.
We have to find some way to appeal to her, Nancy.
I'm very skeptical about it. I really don't have any idea of what would persuade her. I don't think appealing to her patriotism would do it.
Something has to. As Cameron pointed out, the stakes are enormous. We have to impress upon her that her cooperation is vital to the security of this country.
Honey, I think that Raven is only interested in her own security.
At least she's agreed to come to dinner. That's the first step.
Yeah, I'm sure she knows why we asked her.
I'm sure she does. Of course, there's another factor that's essential to the success of Cameron's plan. Just how much Ian Devereaux likes Raven.
My doctor said no aspirin, but this headache, I don't know what to take.
Take 3.
Take 3?
Yes, Anacin 3. It's 100% aspirin-free.
I didn't know Anacin 3 is aspirin-free. I'll try it.
Right. Anacin 3 is 100% aspirin-free and contains the most effective aspirin-free pain reliever you can buy.
Feeling better? Headache's gone. Thanks to Anacin 3.
Maximum strength Anacin 3, 100% aspirin-free.
That's Jane Russell, starlet. Full-figured then and full-figured now. And today we gals know how to keep our full figures looking pretty. Under the smoothest fashions, try the Playtex 18-hour seamless bra. Not a seam showing to spoil the smooth look. And the unique fabric that stretches for real support, real comfort in the 18-hour bra makes 18-hour girdles control comfortably. Try Playtex 18-hour bras and girdles. Full figures never look better.
Sunday on Matt Houston, the chef's special turns out to be a recipe for murder. Then, Dustin Hoffman and Meryl Streep in the Academy Award-winning Kramer versus Kramer.
Tonight, an ancient tomb holds a deadly curse that draws Sarah and Jake to a place where time stands still and human sacrifice is real on the Gold Monkey. Then 2 beautiful cat burglars bear their claws when Colt closes in on their international scheme on the Fall Guy. After, police close in on the kidnapper of Fallon's baby, and Adam Carrington, the long-lost heir, returns to Denver on Dynasty.
Thursday on 2020, Helen Gurley Brown reveals to Barbara Walters her secrets of how to catch a man.
If you only made love when you were in the mood, it might be rather seldom.
Plus, Geraldo Rivera investigates the FBI. Did agents create phony black extremists? Watch 2020 Thursday.
Macy's one-day sale happens this Thursday with unheard-of savings on every Sealy, Ultra-Rest, Comfort Flex, even every Posturepedic mattress and box spring. Macy's one-day sale this Thursday.
This is Stormfield coming up for you on the 5 o'clock edition of Eyewitness News. History on Wall Street, new records as the market goes wild in reaction to the elections. We'll have that story, and we'll have this for you.
Here at Broadway and 14th Street, they're trying to make sure it doesn't happen again. I'm Mark Haynes. I'll have that story.
Also, a common item in your home with dozens of uses. Consumer counselor Phyllis Eliasberg will tell us about it. And Brooke Shields turns up with a chocolate lover's fantasy. All that and more at 5.
How long has it been since your mom's fixed Jello pudding for you?
A long time ago.
How long?
A long, long time
But she knows it's good for you, right? And she knows that you love it, right? Well, maybe she forgot. Maybe I should remind her. Moms, you know how the kids love Jello pudding, and you make it with fresh milk, so it's wholesome. And you haven't made Jello pudding for them since...
Last night.
Last what? Kids love Jello brand pudding. Remember.
Sophia.
To me, passion means more than loving. It's my way of living.
Sophia.
It's laughing and exploring life, making mistakes instead of playing it safe.
Sophia.
I want to do everything with a passion. That's how I feel about my life and my fragrance. It has to be experienced.
Sophia, the fragrance of living and loving.
Sophia.
Wear it with a passion.
Look who's turning Diet 7-Up.
Of course. Diet 7-Up is crisp and light, right, Mr. Universe?
To me, everything is light.
I mean, it doesn't have that heavy aftertaste.
To me, nothing is heavy.
Then we're drinking it because we'll give up calories but not taste, right?
I won't give up anything.
Well, then why are you drinking it?
Because Diet 7-Up is delicious. And every time I drink it, it prickles when it goes down.
Caffeine-free Diet 7-Up. The only thing you give up is calories, right, Arnold?
Mmm.